By the end of this video, I am going to show you how you as a real estate agent in Tampa or really anywhere can generate leads on autopilot through social media, implementing organic posting alongside social media ads. My name is Zeke. I am a real estate media expert here in Tampa Bay. It's my Instagram. You probably found me from there. And I have been helping agents within Tampa Bay grow, sell, and build a brand for the last few years now. Now, one thing that I've noticed between agents who are successful and agents who are not is that agents who are successful all have social media presence, but they're doing it the correct way. Now, if you're an agent without any social media at all, you're way behind. And if you're an agent who's kind of average, you probably have a social media, but it's not actually really actively generating you leads. And this is an issue because social media is going to be how everybody is going to be generating leads over the next few years. And it's going to be the most viable way if it already isn't. And if you don't have social media and you don't have it set up the way it should be set up, and it's not working for you right now to actually actively generate you leads, or if you're not doing advertising, so you are generating leads on social media, people are messaging you, but it's not consistent, then I'm about to show you exactly what you need to do to make this consistent and to be able to have that consistent stream of leads and revenue. So, why am I here explaining this to you? Well, I want to provide free advice. I'm not trying to sell you on any course or mentorship or anything like that. Yes, I do have, paid offerings. You can hire me to help make videos or run your social media, run ads, anything like that. But you do not have to. By the end of this video, you're going to know every single step that I use on my clients to help them grow their social media, build their online brand, build their online presence, and I'm going to explain to you the entire free game right here on this call, all the steps you need to do. And if you have any questions, you can even DM me, or we can hop on a call, or you can work with me. But I'm gonna start right here. 99% of realtors, they're amazing at what they do. They're good at selling houses. Well, maybe not 99. There's quite a few bad ones, but you probably are amazing at what you do, and that's why you're even on this call today, right? 99% of agents, what they do is they spend a lot of time, working with their clients. Great. They spend a lot of time, um, going to networking events, learning about their market, doing continued education. All those things are amazing and it will help you be a great realtor. But people don't see this occurring. People don't understand that, oh, just because you spent this much time at networking events or this much time doing research on the market, that you necessarily are a great realtor. Very often people go, you see all the time these brand new agents, like brand new, like literally like took a 63-hour online course and became an agent, and they get these crazy expensive listings all the time, and you're like, how the heck did they do that? Well, what they're probably doing is they're putting themselves out there better on social media, and they're expressing themselves as the authority figure in that market or for that potential seller. And that is truly how, as an agent, you are actually going to get these listings, because people don't realize, people don't know if you attend, how many networking events you attend per month or how much continued education you do or anything like that. Most agents spend a lot of time chasing leads rather than generating leads. So, what do I mean by that? Well, most agents, they're sending a ton of messages. They're attending networking events. They're cold calling. They're doing flyers, which are just, expensive and outdated. They're doing door knocking, which, if you know Florida weather, like that's terrible. And then they're relying on inconsistent referrals. A lot of the agents that, when I first start working with them, I ask them, hey, how are you guys generating your leads? They say, oh, it's through referrals. Now, referrals are great. Referrals get you very warm leads. They're really good. But the issue is they're inconsistent, right? The thing about real estate, it's such an inconsistent game. Some months you might make $100,000, some months you might make $0, right? The trick about generating leads through social media and running ads, and the advantage of it, is the consistency. No matter what market it is, if it's a buyer's market, seller's market, crash of a market, like no matter what, like you're going to have people coming to you through social media. And this is significant because when you have that consistency, you can actually grow your business, right? You can actually plan out the way you do things. You can actually spend a consistent amount every month on other marketing strategies, on growing your social media account, on whatever you want to spend money on. When you get inconsistent business, it's very difficult to say, hey, I'm gonna put $3,000 a month to this, right? And that's why this strategy is so effective. Furthermore, if you're doing all these things, like if you're doing like door knocking or like attending all these events, like you're wasting so much time that you'll never be able to grow because you'll eventually reach a threshold to where you can physically no longer spend more time chasing down leads because you are like out of time during a day. You have a limited number of hours during the day. That's why you need a system implemented that is going to be able to grow as you grow. What, you want to spend 5K a month on running ads, spend 5K a month. You want to double that, spend 10K, spend 10K. And the idea is as you spend more money, you get more business too. So you can physically control, you can use that dial to control exactly how much you want to be doing and exactly how fast you want to grow. So these are all time consuming and they're very often expensive. And the strategy I'm going to show you, like I said, you don't have to work with me at all to be able to implement this strategy. It's inexpensive. It's fairly inexpensive. It has a great ROI. So, it costs money, but it has an ROI. And you don't have to rely on a marketing agency or a third party agency to be able to implement this method. Of course, it helps if you want to, but you do not have to. So, before I jump into the exact funnel that you need to be implementing within your account, let me first show you a few successful real estate agents and let's compare this to the average agent. So, let's start with Jennifer Spinelli. She's actually, she's a client of mine. I make some videos for her. And you can see if we go into her videos, you can see there's people. So those are all people on her team. And these are just like thumbnails. Like she's in these videos. And like, I'm going to click there. That's her right there. And look at all these comments. She's generating leads through social media with these posts, right? Now the thing is, a lot of agents post. A lot of agents post, photos and videos, and they make appearances in their posts and things like that. But they're still not generating leads. Well, we'll go into that in just a second. There's a funnel, there's a framework that you need to be following for all these videos. And now, I record all her videos, so all of these are like, super professional, super nice videos. But you also have to realize, you don't have to actually have just super professional videos. You can start with one or two videos that are professional, but you can also just post, talking head videos that you record yourself, which I'll jump into in just a second. But first, let me show you another agent, Beth. I work with her as well. I make a lot of her videos for her listings. And, as you can see, she's appearing in a lot of these videos. A lot of these she actually made herself, right? And she's appearing in her videos and she's generating leads through social media thanks to these videos that she appears in, right? Let's look at some other agents. I mean, I'm in Google Maps right now, right? And I'm just going to click like randomly. I'm going to search real estate agent and I'm going to click randomly. Let's see. Let's go downtown Tampa and let's just search this area. So let's look at let's look at Del Dre Gray. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that name incorrectly, but let's look at their page. So this is their page. That's her. And then let's see her Instagram. Let's click on Instagram. Okay, well the link is broken. We don't even know her Instagram. Let's look at some other agents. Adam Fernandez, right? Let's take a look at his Instagram. Let me move this out of the way. Let's click Instagram. Okay, as you can see, he has an Instagram, but he's not posting videos with him in it, right? So we have 653 followers. This guy's probably a great agent. Look, he's like online. He's one of the first ones that popped up, 52 5-star reviews. But like, look, he's probably not generating any leads through these static posts, right? Yeah, these are easy to do, but like, he has 277 posts with 600 followers, right? Those numbers aren't great. Let's keep looking. I mean, I can show you a whole bunch of examples. Vreeland Real Estate. This might be I think that might be a brokerage, but let's see if there's a person. She actually has pretty good social media presence. A lot of agents don't, but I've seen her. Kendall Bonner's also doing pretty good. Yeah. But, my point is, let's look at St. Pete because there's a lot of you agents out there in St. Pete too. A lot of these agents, they're not doing enough. Cody Talley. Let's see if they have a good social media presence. Oh, that's a booking page. Wait, let's look at their website. If it loads, it loaded. Let's look at their Instagram. Look at that. Cody's killing it. Cody's doing great. We can see she's probably generating great leads on social media. She has 6,000 something followers, but look at what she's doing. All these posts, she's showing her face in it. Do you see that? She's in all these posts. Now, compared to that other guy, he has like 200 something followers or something, or maybe it was 600. But like Cody's killing it, right? And I randomly clicked. So some of these agents know exactly what they're doing, but others don't, right? And my point here in this video is my purpose is to show you the exact step-by-step framework for what you need to do to be able to generate leads on social media and actually grow. So, what you need is what's called a dedicated lead funnel, right? So, what is a lead funnel? Essentially, it's a step by step funnel that exactly shows what your system needs to be for generating leads, right? And basically, the reason why it's called a funnel is because it has this kind of like, kind of this top down kind of approach for everything, right? So, it's almost like an actual funnel, right? So, if we draw an actual funnel there, we have these different levels with like different types of leads, right? So at the top we have just like everybody who sees your posts, and then as we get narrower, maybe people who actually see your posts and actually respond to their DMs, and then as we get narrower, people who actually see your posts, respond to their DMs, get qualified, and then eventually funnels out actual clients, right? So it gets narrower and narrower as we go, and that's kind of my point for what I want to show you within this funnel. So what are we going to be doing? We're going to be posting organic social media videos. So these videos can just be informative videos about, about real estate or real estate related things. And we're going to pair that up with targeted Instagram follower advertisements. So what do I mean by that, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to run targeted ads, and we're going to have those ads run. They're going to be retargeted towards people who have interacted with the page before, but they're also going to be just general Instagram ads for people who live in Tampa Bay and meet the criteria of those who are looking to buy or sell a home. So, what are these organic social media videos? Basically, they're the point of them is to gain followers and build a connection. It's not to sell them on real estate. It's not to convince them that they need to sell their house this week and next week, but rather it's just so that you become that familiar face and that authority figure within the real estate industry. It's about building a connection with them rather than, seeing them as a potential cash into your bank account, right? So, if you're, for example, an agent who's ex military, you can focus on that aspect, right? So, you like a lot of things that agents tell me, they say, oh my God, there's a million agents here in Tampa Bay. Like, how am I actually going to set myself apart? There's worlds of ways to set yourself apart, right? If you're a car guy, you market yourself as a car guy who's also a real estate agent, and you help other car guys find homes that are, appealing to other car guys, right? If you're a military, ex-military, you could be like a military relocation expert or even like an investing expert. I've seen an agent become extremely successful. She's a doctor expert, right? So she was a former doctor. She quit doing medicine to be a real estate agent. And when she quit doing medicine to become a real estate agent, she teaches other doctors how to be financially independent, and how to actually like obtain wealth, like use their wealth that they earn practicing medicine to be able to buy real estate and leverage that wealth, like anything like that. Basically build a connection with your followers through informative videos. Then what you want to do is start a conversation into DMs. I can't emphasize how important this is. You're not selling them anything here, you're just starting a conversation with them. Who are they? What is their situation in life? What do they need? Why did they follow you? And how can you help them, right? It's all about providing free value to them. This could be something as simple as a buyer's or seller's guide, even a list of homes, maybe a selling checklist or evaluation, but it can be as advanced as giving them, personalized advice on something, on home renovation tips, on, their situation, how to build their credit score, how to relocate, anything like that, right? And then what you want to do is you want to pretty quickly put them into like any of these categories. So either hop on a call with them, get to know them. If they're not qualified, so if they're like, hey, I'm just following you to learn more about Tampa, great. You put them into your CRM, and then you just follow up with them over time, right? And if they leave you on scene, what you do is you do the unsend send method, where your initial conversation, that initial method you sent them, you unsend that and then send it again. You do this after like a few days of them not responding. But basically, you take all these people, and these people already are going to know and trust you. Why? Because they watch your videos. You're providing free value to them, almost like the video you're watching right now. This video that you're watching is free value for you. You're watching it because you want to learn how to generate leads on social media. Well, guess what? This exact strategy that I'm explaining to you in this video, I also implement if you pay me, right? You don't have to, but you can. So this is what you're going to be offering to people. You're going to say, hey, like, you want to know how to move homes? You want to know how to relocate? Here's my guide on relocation. Here's everything you need to know about relocation. Here's everything you need to know about buying a home. Also, I can help you with it if you are ready for it. Nobody, and I mean nobody, is going to take all these items of value and actually watch them and actually use them and say, wow, this person knows their stuff. This person is the expert in the area, and then not work with you. They would be stupid not to do that. Like, they would be dumb to take all that info, think that you're the best in the area, then not work with you. People make informed decisions and people want to work with their friends. If you show your face, if you're out there providing all this free information for people, it's a no-brainer they're going to want to work with you. So you have a new client. But what is this free value? So let's dig deeper into this. So this is the ad framework that we're going to be following when running ads for your, social media. So what do you need to do? So it needs to follow this framework exactly. A hook, a clear message, a call to action, and within this call to action, an irresistible offer. So let's talk more about this. So the hook is going to be the first 3 seconds of your video. It needs to be catchy, funny, entertaining, weird. Of course, working with a marketing agency helps, because if you work with me, I'm going to show you exactly the kind of hooks that work, right? We're going to record an ad that it's going to have a killer hook. We're going to figure out your clear message to the target audience. So let's talk about the message. Who are you? What you do, and where are you, right? So for example, I could say I am a military relocation real estate expert. I am in Tampa Bay, and I help military active duty members relocate to Tampa Bay to MacDill Air Force Base. Okay, so what is the pain solution outcome? Well, the pain is, chances are, if you're military, you're always relocating, you're tired of moving. So that we're going to make the situation as painless as possible, which is the solution. And the outcome is, within 30 days, we're going to have you moved in, or whenever you need to move in. But within 30 days, we're going to have you moved into Tampa. I'm going to handle all the negotiation. I'm going to handle all the grunt work. I'm going to help you. I mean, I even have trusted vendors. I'm going to let you know them, for landscaping, for moving, for all that stuff. We're going to have you moved in with as little pain as possible, and as good of a deal as possible. That is your pain solution outcome. You mentioned this in your video. So you start with your hook. You do your clear message to target audience. Within that clear message, you mention the pain, the solution, and the outcome. And then you follow up with that call to action. What is your irresistible offer? This is the part that a lot of agents miss, right? When I say irresistible offer, it can't just be something as simple as, oh, you should work with me. I'm a great realtor. It needs to be an irresistible offer. Now, a kind of a ballsy offer that I've seen some agents do is your house sold in 60 days guaranteed, and ensure they have in the fine print, it's sold for the price that, we value it at, not the price you want, or something like that. But you could do an offer like that, but it doesn't have to be something that ballsy. It can be something like, I'll give you a step-by-step walkthrough video, just like this video. That's a great offer. I mean, it's a video. You can watch it whenever you want. There's no obligation that you have to watch it. There's no obligation that they have to work with you. It's just a video, right? It could be a playbook for investing. I'll give you my 30-page step-by-step playbook for investing. That needs to be your irresistible offer, and it must offer something for free. It can't be paid. And it should be a great reason why they should follow you and why they should message you. Once you have that, that is the ultimate ad framework. That is all you need to be running an ad on social media. You take that ad framework, you implement it into social media, and you continue with this funnel. You start that conversation within the DMs, and then eventually they're going to want to work with you. If they're qualified, they're going to want to work with you. This is the step-by-step strategy that works with all my clients, that has helped a bunch of realtors, hundreds of realtors across the United States and Florida, be able to generate leads on autopilot on social media. If you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to reach out to me. My name is Zeke. Here's my social media. You have my social media. You probably are clicked on this video from a message. I'd love to help you. I'd love to hop on a call. Let's talk more.